And I am adapting the artist way in a fashion that is intentionally to add some spaciousness for those of us who are super busy and giving some spaciousness around to how many of these exercises kind of unearth a lot of deep material to process through. And in an effort to have this be a bit more trauma informed and neurodiversity affirming and friendly, um, we're extending it out so that the intention is to spend 1 month per chapter instead of 1 week. The artist way can be a bit high volume and intensive and kind of back to back to back. So this is really intentionally slow paced. So we're going into the second chapter this month, but because there's such a spiral and layeredness too, even if you jump in now and start working through some of the chapter one processes, that is so welcome. Every month we have a free drop-in reflective circle, which you can see examples of in the school classroom portal right now to get a feel if that matches your vibe. But I'm going to make an intention to jump on live as much as possible and share some of the processing from the exercises so you can get a feel if this might be something you might enjoy adding into your year as well, with the intention of creative liberation and reclaiming some of our power, time, enjoyment, kind of undoing what my occupational science calls occupational alienation, where our sense of doing is disconnected with our sense of internalized purpose and soul satisfaction and reclaiming that agency. Artist Way is just such a classic way of reclaiming creative autonomy in the context of support and nurture and really getting some guided facilitation in this process. Oftentimes in how we've been conditioned, especially in the West, is to really shut down our creative momentum with that inner critic and that internalized grader that's always sort of comparing and measuring ourselves up between the expectations of institutions, which often don't have our best interest at heart, which tend to be, largely extractive and late stage capitalism. So it takes some intention and some community and some resistance to undo that conditioning. And that's very much the intention of what's going on within the Rewilding the Mythic Self community. I'm going to be kind of iterative and ongoingly adapting this to best serve those who are called to it within the circle. What makes it a bit unique in terms of other than expanding the time that it takes to integrate the material, we're also looking at through the lens of ancestral lenses on blocks. So not just from our own immediate life, but how that plays out with ancestral patterns as well, and reclaiming a sense of aligned, soul aligned spirituality without dogma or hierarchy, really deconditioning that. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, feel free to check the link in the Substack overall. I'll add it in the comments as well. We'd love to have you in this community. Feel free to start from the top too. I have podcasts that kind of summarize the chapter and engaging in the exercises in a diversity of formats. We have a wonderful Telegram group too, where you can join in and do daily gratitudes, wins, and if you want to share your results of some of the reflections from the exercises. And it's like a free, non-dogmatic, non-hierarchical space where we're there to serve and support each other. I'm facilitating it this way in a way because having some community accountability is a way to help me stay in the intention to work this process. It's totally normal to kind of wave in and out of it as well. Julie Cameron talks about the different waves that a lot of people drop out on week 8 or 9. But my hope is that this foundation can be like a really safe harbor to drop into for creative recovery and have a lot of patience, grace, and understanding for ourselves, especially when this work really hits to deeper layers. I think we want to be responsive to that and listen to what our bodies need. So may this be a safe harbor for you. I'll be jumping on lives to kind of share what's coming up for me in the process. What I think I'll post today is an updated Artist Way contract based on kind of how we're feeling out in the group. So you can get a feel for if this might work for you. Would love to have you.